Sports fans. In this segment, I'm going to cover the Lions' latest hire and talk briefly about this. The Lions earlier this week hired Chris Spielman to be a special assistant, I believe it was, to President Rod Wood. Now, what all this encompasses in part will be that he will be responsible in part for the hiring of the next general manager as well as head coach of the Lions. What it means beyond that is not clear to the team as of the last time I saw anything about it. Any input from Chris Spielman, though, given his football knowledge, can only help the Lions, I would say. The only person I can think of who would know more about football that's still with us right now is John Madden. I am psyched, and I am so stoked that Chris Spielman took this job. I'm glad he did. I'm surprised, though, that he had to be as persuaded to take the job as he was by Sheila Ford. I would have thought any job the Lions might have thrown would have just tickled him to no end, but apparently, from what I read, Sheila Ford had to give quite a speech to Chris Spielman before he was ready to take the job. But once he was ready to run through the doors of his hotel room, or perhaps all of them, then that's when it was a done deal for sure. I look forward to Chris Spielman being part of the Lions front office, though I will miss him as a color commentator for some of the Lions games that he's done, as well as the exhibition games that he normally would be the color commentator for, at least for the time being. One thing to note is Chris Spielman's already stated he does not want to be the next GM of the Lions, because that was my thought, is he ought to throw his hat in the ring. He doesn't feel like he's qualified, and I understand that and I accept it. Hopefully the next Lions general manager will be. In the next segment, I'm going to talk about the person the Lions interviewed, or one of the people the Lions interviewed for that job that I know about, as well as some of the other names that are being thrown about as the possible replacement for Bob Quinn. Stay tuned to the Detroit Lions tomorrow on Ed's Sports Network, or Sports Channel rather.